tell them check out the blog, bro. YouTube channel called MKO. It's pugilism, boxing algorithm. M stand for Marvin and Kevin's initials, KO. Yeah. What's good, ladies and gents? This is the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Right about now, please remember to like, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification, leave your comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on these videos, on these topics that we talk about. Right now, without further ado, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into the weigh-in between Anthony Joshua and Pulev. So
You talk too much, bro. Whoever you these fighters
I
that you can fight
respect you,
with,
but tomorrow I show
you
you.
can fight with someone like
I
me.
respect you, but tomorrow I show you.
Respect.
Yes.
Tomorrow we go to
I respect you, but
then
tomorrow I
humble
show
yourself.
you because I'm
Then
better.
right now, humble
I'm
yourself.
better than you.
Don't come in
You
here
know?
running your mouth.
Okay,
bro.
respect, Olympic champion.
I don't care about that. I don't
Champion.
care about
I respect you, man. Tomorrow I show you, man.
you talk too much.
Tomorrow I show you.
That's it.
And believe me, I like you. Tomorrow I show you. Tomorrow I show you, bro. Tomorrow I show you, bro. Tomorrow I show you, buddy.
yeah, first of all, they got into this weigh-in. Both guys, as I said in my previous video, both guys look quite slender. They look quite trim. You know, I was guessing for Joshua he's going to be around the 17.5 stone mark and stuff like that. Pulev, you know, he went on the scales first, looking quite slim. He looks like, you know, he looked like he didn't really have much fat on him at all. You know, and the weight kind of reflected that. He's quite a thick set guy. Pulev weighed in at 17 stone 1 pound, which I believe is around 239 pounds, which is for him is pretty decent weight. You know, as he looked like, you know, this weight was all muscle. It wasn't fat. He didn't look to have much fat on his body at all. You could just see it was just all quite trimmed, not extremely defined, but you know, it just looked trimmed. It just looked lean and sort of ready to go. And you know, he was starting off his little shadow boxing as he weighed in. So he was 239, 17 stone 1 for us Brits. And then came the time of Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua, he weighed in at already 17 stone and 2 pounds, which I believe this might be his career lightest. I think he might have weighed in lower than this maybe once, maybe again, maybe his previous fight, I don't know, but it's definitely one of the lightest weights we've ever seen Anthony Joshua at. He looks like you know, he's still muscular, but he looks like he's not sort of got those bulky muscles that he's had in previous fights where he's come in a lot heavier, sort of 18 stone mark. And you know, there are a lot of fights where Joshua has come in, you know, sort of overly muscular, and you know, people have said, he's a bit like a bodybuilder and stuff. But in this fight, he's very trim, still got the packs and everything, still got the definition, but you can tell that now his focus and whatever training he's been doing, it looks like it's been mainly sort of boxing stuff rather than this sort of CrossFit business that boxers like to do, or this, you know, this S&C sort of strength and conditioning stuff. I mean, he looks strong, looks well, but he looks lean now. He looks much leaner than he has in times past. He looks like more like the old school boxers where, yeah, you're still fit, you're still trim, but you haven't got that bulky muscle like, you know, Bruno and some of these other guys who, you know, and that lactic acid builds up. And, you know, Joshua, it looks like he's light. And you know, 17.2 is light for him, and he looks like he's sort of built for speed. He looks like he's built for snappy, you know, powerful boxing, and he looks mean. Joshua definitely looks really, really trim. He looks like he's got to his sort of optimum weight, a weight where he's now going to be, you know, he looks ready to go the rounds now at that sort of weight. And I think you know, those of us sort of picking Joshua to win this fight will feel even more sort of confident now going by his weight, because, you know, he's trimmed, he's taken off some of this muscle, and now he's just lean, and he just looks sharp, and he just looks ready. He just looks ready to go. Yeah, it was a weigh-in that you know, Pulev was really making this weigh-in into quite a spicy affair, because, you know, from the very time, you know, he got in, he was quite rowdy, you know, with his people, with his entourage. You know, Joshua weighed in, and after Joshua got off, Joshua was trying to get change and whatever. You know, Pulev was trying to get right into Joshua's face. And it seems to me that in this weigh-in, Pulev was really trying to get into Joshua's head. You know, he was shouting at him, he was showing the muscles and everything, and he was, you know, coming right into, you know, coming right after Joshua, to the point where you could visibly see that Joshua was, you know, probably not intimidated, but you could see that he was annoyed by this, because Pulev was sort of yelling whatever he was yelling from a little bit of a distance away from Joshua, and Joshua summoned him. He said, yeah, come. And you see, when you watch the weigh-in, you see, you know, Pulev coming, yeah, right up to him, and it, you know, the security, literally that big security guard that looks about probably 7 feet tall, he had to get right in front of Joshua and sort of stop him, because you know, it got a bit leery, you know what I mean? It got a bit hype, and, you know, Pulev was definitely on a hype thing, really, you know, looking to rile up Joshua, and he just wouldn't stop running his mouth. Joshua called him, and you could tell that Joshua was really sort of just holding himself back from, you know, possibly coming to blows here, because Joshua, you know, he seems like a calm guy. I know he was a roadman back in the days. He was a little bad boy, went to juvenile or whatever, you know, jail and whatever. But, you know, he looked like he was going back into that mode, because there was a strong provocation from Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev was sort of really confident and really just gassed up, you know, and really sort of trying to get in Joshua's face. And Joshua, you know, as I said, he's a calm guy. He seems like quite a quiet sort of character, and he doesn't seem like a confrontational sort of guy. But even Joshua started reacting to it and started, you know, pointing fingers in Pulev's face and just telling him that, yo, you know, don't let your other opponents gas you up and rear. And it, you know, it was one of them ones where, you know, it wasn't as crazy as, let's say, a Tyson press conference, but it was one of them where, you know, Joshua's serious, like it was proper pointing in his face, proper sort of reacting to Pulev. You know, some guys might ignore what Pulev was doing, but Joshua wasn't. Joshua was responding, was reacting to Pulev. He was saying, you know, words of his own, and they were sort of, you know, head to head, separated by the security for quite a long period of time. So, you know, Joshua's definitely a bit riled up. You know, Pulev is rowdy. Pulev is gassed. He's really sort of, you know, looking like he's looking to do damage. And you can tell that now guys really are getting confident when it comes to facing Anthony Joshua. And Kubrat Pulev's no exception. You know, he's really confident, really bold, really getting in AJ's face. So we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see what happens in the fight. I think, you know, AJ after this, he was interviewed by Sky, and you could just see that he was just in another world. He wasn't really concentrating too tough on the questions. He was calm and relaxed, but you could tell that he was riled up, because he literally said, look, I wanted to clap up this guy and rear, you know. So Josh is really up for this, and he really looks like he wants to do damage, because he literally, he held himself together, and he was a bit politically correct, because they said, oh, what did you say to him, Anthony? You know, what did he say to you? And Joshua was just like, nah, I can't repeat that on TV, but, you know, I could have just clapped him in his face if I wanted to, and rear. So the edgy side of Joshua, the bad boy side of Joshua seems to be looking to come out. You know what I mean? So it's going to be, going by the build up, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be good, and hopefully that little press conference, that little getting in the face, should make it quite an interesting fight. And you know, if the weigh-in's anything to go by, it will be an exciting fight. So that's just my thoughts on it. Pulev's riled up, Pulev's hyped up, and he's definitely annoyed Joshua, if nothing else. So gonna be interesting. And I'll see you on the next one. MKO Pugilism, we over and out.